قرآن املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We thank Almighty Allah for making us to witness another blessed day in the month of Ramadan. The month is gradually going to an end. And today I welcome you to Nasfat Half Hour, a program that is aimed at enlightening us about the religion of Islam and on other issues that are very important to us. Today on Nasfat Half Hour, inshallah, we are focusing on empowering small and medium-scale enterprises in Nigeria. And this is very, very important. According to the religion of Islam, Islam cuts across everything that we human beings should know. And to do justice to this very, very important topic is a very erudite scholar and a resource person with me in the studio is our brother, the Chief Financial Officer from Lotus Capital Limited, Brother Moshood Babatunde. I welcome you, and the viewers at home also welcome you. You want to say salam alaikum to our viewers at home?
Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for having me in the studio.
Yeah, we want to start by looking at what are those businesses that can be referred or regarded as SMEs, small and medium scale enterprises.
When we say small and medium scale enterprises in Nigeria, we are looking at two things. When we look at the perspective of Central Bank of Nigeria, they are looking at the number of people working in that business. And they are also looking at the turnover, the kind of sales volume they are recording over time. For a business to be regarded as a small and medium scale enterprises, the number of people that will be working for that business ranges between 10 to 50. In some cases, they expand it to 250. Then the minimum turnover that the business should be recording within a year should be within 5 million and 500 million. So that is why I say it's regarded as small and medium enterprise. When you are looking at small is looking at the lower head. The medium is looking at the turnover of about 500 million and the number of people up to about 250. Surprisingly, in Nigeria, SME remains the hub through which the economy, the engine of the economy runs. Currently in Nigeria, we have over 96% of business that are SME. Unlike in United States of America, where we have almost like 50, relatively above 50, in Europe, almost 60%. What this indicates is that in Nigeria, the major business that are running the economy in Nigeria are small scale. And this small scale business, small and medium scale business, run from the manufacturing to industrial sectors. So it does not really have to be, okay, people that are doing this business are regarded as small scale business. You can be a manufacturer and be operating at the small scale level or medium scale level. And you can also be an industrial person or even the commodity suppliers and producers. And you can be a small and medium scale enterprise.
Now, having given us a very good definition and description of what small and medium enterprises are, I want you to look at the prospects of these type of businesses.
Thank you very much. The first area to look at it is that why should 96% of the economy run on the small and medium scale? That means there is something that is special about this business. When we look at the small and medium scale enterprise, I think the first thing that attracts is the flexibility, the simplicity of setting up the business. You can decide, you can have a good business idea and wake up one day, put in place all the necessary modalities, the framework, the structure, and start running your business within the guidelines and the rule of the land. That is one thing. The second thing is that when you look at the required capital to set up small and medium scale business, you don't necessarily need to have millions and millions of naira before you can say, oh, you want to run the business of your own. And when we also look at the economy that we have, we are looking at about 170 million people in Nigeria. It's a very huge potential. And looking at what we have in the country currently, is it from the agricultural sector, or is it from the industrial sector? Is it even what we hit, the commodity sector, or what we export? There are a lot of potentials for the business to make a lot of profit, while people are not even aware that there is a profit prospect in the business. And you can also earn the foreign exchange in the process of exporting your business out, no matter how small scale you are operating. When we're also looking at the perspective of the government, there are some incentives that are created for the small and medium scale enterprise, which may not necessarily be available for people that already established. So we are looking at the way government are assisting the small and medium scale enterprise in making sure that they are sustainable, they are alive, they could run the business because they are like the engine that run the economy. So there are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of potentials in the business. So not to talk of the ability to also integrate, to feed the large-scale economy, the large-scale business. So those are the opportunities, those are the potentials that attract the small and medium-scale enterprise.
Viewers at home, you are still on Nasfat Hour, and our guest is Brother Moshood Babatunde from Lotus Capital, and we are discussing empowering SMEs, small and medium-scale enterprises in Nigeria. Now, you have talked about source of support for these SMEs. We want you to enlighten viewers at home more on how to get these supports.
Okay, for the SMEs in Nigeria, I believe everybody has identified the need to support the SMEs in Nigeria, both at the government level and at the corporate level, the large-scale level. If I should revert to recently, government launched economic recovery and growth plan, and one of the cardinal points that government wants to pursue is supporting the SMEs. How is government going to do this? Ease of doing business is one of those initiatives, because it is realized that it is only when the environment is viable and conducive for the business, that is when all these small business will be able to thrive, will be able to do business easily and make profit, impact in the society. If we also look at other areas, we also see that, let me take agriculture for example. We have a lot of programs running for the people that are in agricultural sector. The fertilizer initiatives is one of those things, so that in order to enable, to support people that are running the small-scale farming and the agriculture, to support their business, because there is a lot of value chain in the agriculture and agro-allied business. When the produce is out, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of SMEs that are also attached. Is it the people that will transport the agricultural produce from the point of harvest to the market? Is it the people that are running the business in the market that are selling all this agricultural produce? Another initiative, another opportunity that are also out there for the small and medium scale enterprise the initiative being sponsored by government agencies. One of them is the bottom of the pyramid that are offered to the people by Bank of Industry. We happen to be one of the partners that are offering this initiative on the non-interest basis. So this is an initiative that are offered to the people that are operating small and medium enterprise to access credit, to access loan, to run their business. It is a support that has been given to small and medium scale, which is not available to all the businesses. We also have initiative on the side of the government, which is called Government Empowerment Enterprise Program, GEP. Is an initiative of the current administration. This is an opportunity to also offer small credit, microcredit to small and medium enterprise business. We also happen to be one of the partners that are offering this business.
Yes, Lotus Capital.
Lotus Capital, that are offering this. There are a lot of initiatives. CBN is also coming up with an initiative from their own end. And if you also look at the banks, you will hear some banks that will go on an advertisement that if you are SME, we are even willing to open an account for you, no transaction cost for 3 months. We will even give you half of a CO. Things like that. There are a lot of support. There are a lot of, because it is only when 96% of the businesses survive, that the economy will run. I think it's something that has been established, and something that we have got to understand that we need to support this business. And that is the only way. Not to talk, because look at it. Look at the number of people that have been employed, either as employer or employer that are employing people in this chain of business. So the incentives are banned. We just have to, the end power too is also another incentive government is offering to the people that wants to acquire skills through a formal sector. So they graduate, rather than looking for white-collar jobs everywhere, you can acquire skills, then you can channel those, you can harness on those skills to make money. So it's a lot. There are a lot of incentive. There are a lot of support that government is trying to do, and the agencies, different agencies, different organizations. We look at the financial sector that are offering the micro loan to people to operate these businesses.
Brother Moshood, you've talked about the prospects and the support that are there for people in businesses, SMEs. Is it all that rosy? Are there no challenges?
Okay, not exactly. I don't think there is anything running business anywhere in the world. You can see that there are a lot of opportunities. There is no challenges. There are no challenges. There are no way of facing all these challenges. Yes, there are a lot of challenges SMEs are facing, most especially in this environment where we have. I mentioned ease of doing business earlier. Prior to this period, it has been a lot of a challenge, and it still remain main challenge that SME business are facing. When we say ease of doing business cut across so many things. What's the ease of registering company in Nigeria? Is it in some other environment? Is something you can register your business less than 24, 48 hours, and you can run the business as a legal entity? It's not that easy at the beginning. I mean, there are a lot of initiative that CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, is putting in that line. You can register online now. I know that there are some businesses that you can register online. When you talk about the cost of even running business, cost of running business in Nigeria is very high. People that are running businesses are those people that can really save. Is it a cost of generating power on your own? That is why you will see all these businesses along the street, they will have their own generator of generating their own power. This is adding to the cost of doing their business, and inability to strike a balance between this cost and the price. The market is even taking these commodities, these services from them. That is why many of these businesses are not sustainable in Nigeria. The cost of business is high. I mentioned the cost of generating power. When we also consider the taxation in Nigeria, many people have complained of multiple taxation. We are asked to pay this level by local government, state government is demanding this. And one thing I'm also aware about this is that government is trying to harmonize this taxation. Is one of the challenges that SMEs are facing in Nigeria. Is it cost? Is it accessing credit? It's also one of the challenges that SMEs are facing. Need to access credit is even tough. I must say that. I mean, many people are coming up with a lot of initiative in making things easy for businesses that are just coming up, because it's understandable that at the introduction stage, when you're just coming up, there are a lot of costs you are going to incur. When you now add finance costs to this, then if it is not modest enough, there is a possibility that you may not be able to break even on time, not to talk of making profit. When you are even able to even access this credit, at what cost are you accessing it? Is also one of the challenges that are facing SMEs. We also talk about the infrastructural facilities in Nigeria. Generally, the enabling environment that SMEs are operating in Nigeria are not really sustaining the long-term growth. Imagine somebody producing something in the northern part of Nigeria, or maybe in the southern part of Nigeria, and they are bringing it to Lagos. If you consider the cost of transporting those commodities from this part of Nigeria we're talking about to Lagos, is very huge. Now let us imagine if you have a very effective rail system in Nigeria, it could have been the cost of transporting those commodities, and people that will buy in the country and people that will sell in the country, you see that the price is competitive, the volume, the turnover that we talk about will be so encouraging for the business to grow. And in no time, they will be able to sustain the current economy, the current business model, and be able to even export. But those challenges are limiting factors that are really serving as a cog in the wheel of the progress of these SMEs, which I believe there are a lot of initiative around this to help and sustain these SMEs.
Our tomorrow is determined by the decisions we make today. Those who are unwilling to invest in the future haven't earned one. You can earn your future by investing today. With the Lotus Halal Fixed Income Fund, you can make your dreams come true. You can save towards building or buying your own home, paying your rents, your children's school fees, purchase of that car, dream home appliances, plan for retirement, or starting your own business. No matter what your objectives are, the Lotus Halal Fixed Income Fund helps you get there. The Lotus Halal Fixed Income Fund is low risk with competitive returns and regular distribution. The Lotus Halal Fixed Income Fund has no exposure to shares. It invests in Sharia-compliant fixed income products. With as little as 5,000 Naira, you can invest in the Lotus Halal Fixed Income Fund. Please read the prospectus and where in doubt, consult your stockbroker, fund and portfolio manager, accountant, banker, solicitor, or any other professional advisor for guidance before subscribing. Send an email to invest@lotuscapitallimited.com or call us on 01-291-4624, 01-291-4626, or visit our website at www.lotuscapitallimited.com for more information. Lotus Capital, creating wealth the halal way.
رحمن يا رحمن ساعدني يا رحمن اشرح صدري قرآن.
We are still on Nasfat Afawa, and with me discussing empowering SMEs in Nigeria is the Chief Financial Officer of Lotus Capital Limited, Mr. Moshood Babatunde. And I want to ask him, for SMEs, what are those factors that they should consider before setting up their businesses?
There are major factors the SME needs to consider before deciding to go and set up a business. Business is not, whether you are running SME or you want to run a large-scale business, it's not something that you just wake up one day and you jump to set up that business. One of the key things that is very important in setting up a business is understanding the business you even want to run into. What kind of business do you want to set up? You need to understand the business. You need to understand what you want to offer to people. People are paying for value, not what you put out there for them. When you approach somebody that, okay, come and buy this, what the person will ask you is that, what benefit will I get from it? So the business manager needs to understand the business that he wants to go out. It's not a question of, oh, many people are selling rice now because we are locally producing rice. Let me go into a rice supply business. So in order to do this, feasibility plan is very, very important. So feasibility study, which is also referred as a business plan. In this business plan, you would have identified the business you want to do, which is either you are going to service business or product business. How do you want to do it? In which market do you want to concentrate or focus on? Who are your people? Who are the consumers? Who are the people that are demanding or are willing to buy this? At what price will I be able to enter into the market that will make it more competitive for me? Who are the people that are doing this business? What are the business model they are using? What is the capital I need? All those things are detailed in the business plan. And you know, inability to plan is a plan to fail. The people say failure to plan is a plan to fail. So if you have a business plan, a well detailed business plan, it would have given you an insight on what you should focus on, where your strength lies, where your weaknesses are, what are the business opportunities, what are the market opportunities that are out there, what are the threats that you can encounter in doing business. Is it the cost of is it the interest rates? Is it the market sentiment? All those things you would have identified it. Another thing that the SME also needs to consider is the environment, where it's going to operate. What is obtainable in that environment? How am I going to convince people to buy my products? So that one is also important. In marketing, they call it 4 Ps. The first one is a product. The second one I talk about now is place. Where am I starting the business? Where am I offering my products? Then you also need to be conscious of the price. Now, at what price should I sell my products? That is going to be competitive, and I'm also going to make money on it. And you also need to think about how are you going to deliver this product into the market, so that by the time you deliver it, it's a success, not as you are trying to make it a success, and at the same time you're also trying to cope with the challenges that are inherent in the market already that you will not be able to wish away. So those are the issues that you also, the business manager, need to consider first. Most especially, how do I source for my capital is also another thing. Should I make use of my savings? Do I have investment elsewhere? Do I talk to family member? Do I have a finance partner that can assist? And that is why, that is where Lotus Capital is coming in, because this is what we do in advising people on how to run business successfully. And if we also assess that it's something that we can also assist in terms of offering a financial facility. So we also advise on how you go about it. And it's going to be, before you realize it, within 6 months of operating business is already a success. We have many people that are starting small, and within 12 months, 18 months, they are already a reasonably sizable business in the country. Okay, let me seize this opportunity to mention that at Lotus Capital, this is the core of what we do. We are financial advisor. We offer financial advisory service to the SMEs who are willing to set up business, either has been in business or setting up business newly. We also play a key role in offering the financial facility to the SMEs, the qualified SMEs, who we believe that they have a business model that are going to grow into a large business and sustain the economy. I should also seize this opportunity to also mention that at Lotus Capital, not only the SMEs that we advise, we also advise the government that are supporting, that creating this awareness.
On the final note, Mr. Moshood Babatunde, I want you to give advice for people going into SME businesses in Nigeria today.
My advice to people operating SMEs, I believe discipline is the key. You need to instill some discipline in business. You need to see business as an entity different from your own. Now, when you are talking about discipline, the way you do little things is very important because it's the way you will do everything. The way your approach, your attitude to business is number one. You cannot just say that, oh, you are running a business now. Can you imagine? I made a sales of 1 million naira today. I can buy whatever I like. You are eating your capital. So you need to separate the business from your personal finance. That is number one. By doing that, you will realize that what you are taking, even if at all you will need to take from the business, you have to take from the profit, not from your capital. Is number one. You need to have that self-discipline. And you also need to see the business as a business that has prospects of growing into a large-scale business.
Alhamdulillah, that has been a very highly enlightening session on empowering SMEs in Nigeria. We want to thank our guests, Mr. Moshood Babatunde, the Chief Financial Officer of Lotus Capital Limited. We thank you, and we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you and will continue to be with you.
Thank you very much.
And also, Allah will continue to be with Lotus Capital as an organization, because we are partners, and we look forward to a more rewarding and mutually beneficial partnership with Lotus Capital. This is where we call it a day on Nasfat Hour. For today, I am Usman Animasham saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
صدري قرآن املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن